Hey, Cub fans! Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. And I've got something a little different for us today. And I just decided I have to tell the story. So, what happened to me, really pretty simple. I'm going through all the stuff that I look at every day. I'm constantly looking for Cub news. I follow all the Cubs insiders and just kind of going through, see what shows up. Well, on my Twitter feed, there was a post by this group called The Athletic, and it's just like that, capital T, capital A, The Athletic. And the post was pretty simple. It had a picture of Craig Counsell, and the post said, "Call Counsell chicken and he'll actually smile." So that's the first line. So call Counsell chicken and it makes him smile. And then a quote from Craig after said, "I'm just lucky to be a character in that story." So that's all it was. Well, if that's all you know, are you interested? Well, what's the reference? What's the chicken? I had to know, so I just started researching it, and I found the story, and I got it. And I wasn't thinking I was going to do a piece on it. I was just curious, like, well, what is that? Just chasing the rabbit down the rabbit hole a little bit. And I got the story, and I'm going to tell it as best I can. So we'll start with sort of the main characters, Rich Donnelly. Rich is now 77 years old, career baseball guy. And he was a coach on the Marlins team that won the World Series in 97. And so that's how Craig knows and has a relationship with Rich Donnelly. And I'm going to go back to the beginning. In 1992, Rich was coaching, and he had a daughter, Amy, 18-year-old daughter, who was sick, had brain tumor. And she ended up dying in 1993. So the year before, in 1992, Amy is at a game, and she notices Rich from the third base coaching box. When he communicates out to the runner at second base, he cups his hands. And in a joking way after the game, she asked him, "Dad, what are you telling the runner? The chicken runs at midnight or what?" So that was just her playful, light thought process on it. "The chicken runs at midnight or what, Dad?" Of course, they laughed. Well, that phrase, "the chicken runs at midnight," became the Donnelly family motto in a way. It was there. So that's where the phrase comes from, "the chicken runs at midnight," 1992, Rich Donnelly's daughter, Amy. Okay, let's fast forward. 1997, Donnelly is as the coach. The Marlins win the World Series. And he has two sons, Tim and Mike. And Tim actually nicknamed Craig Chicken because of his batting stance. Right? You remember Craig's stance was pretty unorthodox. Stood really tall, bat way above his head. And yeah, I guess like a chicken standing up there. So playfully, that was Craig Counsell's nickname, Chicken, given to him by Rich Donnelly's son, Tim. Now we fast forward to Game 7. Game 7 in 97, Craig gets on, works his way to third base. Edgar Renteria comes up and singles him home. So Craig scores the winning run, wins the World Series. So the jubilation happens, the celebration happens. So Tim runs out to young Tim Donnelly, goes out to greet his dad, Rich. And as he's out there and they're embracing, Tim looks at the scoreboard clock, and the scoreboard clock reads 12 midnight. And he looked at it, and he said to his dad, "Dad, look, the chicken ran at midnight." And that was sort of a surreal moment for everybody. Rich Donnelly talks about that, how he felt like it was Amy talking to him. Awful, those years later. So that's the chicken story. So I had to tell it. I'm glad I did. And go Cubs go.